Remember, the Hindus have started their happiness in large numbers. They've spoken about it in large numbers after prayers began in the Gyanvapi cellar following the court order to that effect. We've seen how prayers are being held 5 times a day as things move ahead in the legal courts. Now, some continue to fearmonger still. Remember, among these is AIMIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi leading the charge. Owaisi has followed up his "Muslims are afraid like Jews were" remark by repeating that mosques are being snatched. The AIMIM chief has issued an appeal to keep mosques populated and ensure that there are always people in mosques. He says the reason for this is that mosques are being snatched. Remember, this is not the first time that Asaduddin Owaisi has come out with these remarks. He also spoke on similar lines ahead of the Pran Pratishtha in Ayodhya, wherein he asked his mosques are being snatched, and he's reiterated the same. This, of course, in the backdrop of the Gyanvapi case in the courts and the big relief that came in for the Hindu side for the movement. And as prayers continue 5 times a week, here's Asaduddin Owaisi once again coming out to fearmonger, following up with his "Muslims are afraid like Jews were" remark, repeats that mosques are being snatched. He's issued this appeal to the Muslim population to keep mosques inhabited. That's the latest remark that's coming from Asaduddin Owaisi, and we'll just play that out, but not for the first time. Like I said, very recently, just a few days ago as well, he'd made similar remarks urging the Muslim population to keep mosques inhabited, attempted to fearmonger back then as well, while saying that the mosques are being snatched away. That, of course, was ahead of the Pran Pratishtha in Ayodhya, and given the Gyanvapi case in the courts now and how the Hindu community has started with prayers in the basement 5 days a week, here's the latest remark that's come in from him once again.
उन माओं से, उन बहनों से, उन बुजुर्गों से अपील है कि भारत की मस्जिदों को आबाद रखिए। हर बाप की जिम्मेदारी है कि जब बच्चा बड़ा हो जाए तो अपने साथ औलाद को सिर्फ जुम्मे के दिन या ईद की नमाज में या रमजान में नहीं, बल्कि रोज मस्जिद को लेकर जाओ। आप मस्जिद को आबाद तो वही लोग करेंगे जो अल्लाह पर ईमान रखते, अल्लाह से डरते और आखिरत पर यकीन करते हैं, और अल्लाह के सिवा किसी से नहीं डरते। तो अपनी मस्जिदों को आबाद रखो। दिल्ली में 600 साल पुरानी मस्जिद को शहीद करके रख दिए। अब आप देख रहे तमाशे जो हो रहे हैं कि किस तरीके से मस्जिद को छीन लिया जाए।
Well, this is the latest bid by Owaisi to fearmonger. Remember, it comes just a day after Owaisi had attacked the Modi government in Lok Sabha while replying on the motion of thanks for the president's address. There, Owaisi said that under the Modi government, Muslims are in fear like the Jews had been during Hitler's reign.
हमारे वजूद को खतरा है, और मैं बड़ी जिम्मेदारी के साथ कह रहा हूं कि जज्बात में लाए बगैर कह रहा हूं कि आज 17 करोड़ मुसलमान अपने आप को ऐसा समझते हैं कि जिस जमाने में हिटलर के जमाने में यहूदी अपने आप को समझते थे।
Let me quickly go across to my colleague Sabyasachi joining us with more. Sabyasachi, an attempt to fearmonger yet again, asking the Muslim youth to keep mosques inhabited while saying that they're being snatched away. And this, of course, in the backdrop of how, prayers are being offered at the basement of the Gyanvapi complex now.
Well, absolutely. See, another attempt by Asaduddin Owaisi to create fearmonger. Now we had seen that this time around he says that the mosques should be populated and our mosques are being snatched away. Now, this is not the first time that Owaisi had spoken like this. In the previous encounters as well, he has spoken on the same line. And Mr. Asaduddin Owaisi was absolutely not happy with the verdict of the Varanasi court. Now he says that the judgment was not right to allow prayers inside the mosque, and he says that it violates the Places of Worship Act. Now we had seen that not only Asaduddin Owaisi but several other religious leaders are coming forward and giving this sort of reaction, where they're saying that they would challenge it in the higher court, but the judgment which has been given by the Varanasi court is not in their favor. And they also question the ASI report as well. They say that the report can be right or wrong, but it needs to be discussed completely, and they believe that certain facts has been completely ignored. But on one hand, we are seeing that Asaduddin Owaisi continues to give such sort of statement, creating a fear-mongering state.
Almost refusing to come to terms with the truth and what the courts are deciding in the country. Stay on with us, Sabyasachi. We have Rahul Ishwar as well with with us on the phone line. Mr. Rauleshwar, what do you make of, these repeated attempts by the likes of Asaduddin Owaisi, be it ahead of the Pran Pratishtha in Ayodhya, or while, finally we do see after 1993 prayers being offered in the basement of the Gyanvapi complex, he continues to say, keep mosques inhabited, keep them populated because they're being snatched away.
That's very unfortunate. In our country, nobody should give out provocative, communally sensitive statements like that. We are a nation with rule of law. If Owaisi wants to challenge, he can definitely go to a higher court and challenge. He can challenge the ASI report. He can challenge the particular thing. But fear-mongering, scare-mongering, creating a paranoia among our Muslim community is wrong. There is understandably a section of insecurity among our Muslim brothers. Let us talk it out. And as we all know, K.K. Muhammad, who himself is from the Muslim community, who is a famous archaeologist, suggested that we need to talk about Kashi and Mathura. So can't we speak to each other as mature individuals and reach a consensus? There is no need for a confrontation. There is no need for a fight, but there can always be a space for a discussion and a debate. And India is all about discussion and debate. So yes, there may be insecurities, but politicians are trying to fan the flames so that they can get some profit out of it, and that is very unfortunate. We should all have utmost restraint, extreme resilience, extreme caution while we talk with such things, because it's a very sensitive thing. It can flare up in a bigger way. So I hope they will have that restraint while speaking, and if there is any issue, they can go to a higher court.
So you're saying all of this is being done for, vote bank, for appeasement politics, and they're not really being able to realize the sensitivities attached to cases such as this.
Yes.
And in order to peddle these kind of narratives, they're not realizing what may the eventual consequence be.
Exactly. It's a very sensitive thing. We should all understand. And I would say appeasement is a lighter word. We should use stronger words like scaremongering, fearmongering, creating a paranoia, because paranoia will never lead us to anywhere. Let us talk to each other. If not, they are not ready to talk, they can go to a higher court. They have already went to Supreme Court. They have went to High Court. If somebody else can challenge the order, somebody else can challenge the ASI. Is that not the process? So there are moderates in every community, Hindu community and Muslim community. Let them take the lead. Let them have the day and let them talk out with each other rather than having any kind of harshliners take the upper hand. Because if harshliners on both sides are getting the upper hand, it will lead to confrontation.
Okay, all right. Many thanks, Mr. Rauleshwar, for speaking to us. Well, it's not just Asaduddin Owaisi. He's not alone in this. The Jamaat-e-Islami Hind has also not just rubbished the ASI report, but also said that there is injustice to other mosques in the country, and hence there's unrest. In fact, this is the vice president of the outfit who very recently said the south cellar is the part of the mosque. The problem is that the court should do justice, but recently 24 petitions have been given in the court against Gyanvapi Mosque. But the truth is that in the cellar, puja was never done. The ASI report has not been discussed in the court. He also says the ASI report can be right or wrong, but it cannot be on the basis of one particular decision. So that is the reaction that's coming in from several other quarters as the likes of Asaduddin Owaisi continue to fearmonger over the latest as well. We have Jamaat-e-Islami Hind come out to now say that it seems that there is injustice towards mosques, and that's why there is unrest in the community.